Live from Bank of James Stadium, you're watching Division III College Baseball in the Lynchburg Regional as a part of the NCAA tournament coming to you on LHSN. The 14 fields includes 2 conference tournament champions who got the automatic qualifier and then 2 teams with at-large bids. It'll be a battle between the conference champs, then a clash between the at-large squads with first pitch set for 2:30 in our second game today. And of course today, just the first of 3 days filled with baseball. It's 2 games this afternoon, 3 tomorrow, then 1, maybe 2 coming to you on Sunday to crown a regional champ. Hi, and welcome to the Hill City, everybody. TJ Wingert here with you as we get closer and closer to Game 1. It'll be a battle between the number 3 team in the country, Birmingham-Southern, playing host to Earlham. And then later, it'll be number 11, Lynchburg, playing as the home team against Salve Regina. Show you some of the stats coming into Game 1. Winner of this contest will play in the middle game tomorrow afternoon with a loser playing again at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. 2 high-powered offenses, and the ERA, one of the big areas of strength for Earlham, but Birmingham-Southern top 10 in the country in both batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage. Earlham will certainly have their hands filled this afternoon. Getting closer and closer to first pitch. It's the first all-time meeting between these 2 squads, and it comes at a high-pressure point. Birmingham-Southern, we know, to the number 3 team in the country, even received a first-place vote in the latest top 25 poll per D3Baseball.com. Meanwhile, Earlham, winners of the HCAC tournament. That's the Heartland Conference, by the way, beating Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology 10-9 in the championship game. And it was Christian Lanchin Ace, being named tournament MVP, and it was the second conference out over the last 5 years for the Quakers. The prior coming in 2017. Meanwhile, Birmingham-Southern in the NCAA tournament after topping Millsaps in a 2-game series in the Southern Athletic Association Conference Title Series, 14-4, then 8-3, and it's the 5th tournament appearance for Birmingham-Southern. Starter on the mound, let's introduce the right-handed arm, Joey White, who will take the bump today for Birmingham-Southern, a freshman who stands at 5'11", 160 from Pembroke, Georgia. See some of his numbers entering the contest. And you look at the last handful of starts during the regular season. White's somebody who can certainly stretch deep into a contest. How about 7 innings against Millsaps back on May 8th? Then it was 6 innings against Oglethorpe and Berry and his 2 starts prior. And during that duration, 10 earned runs through those 3 starts, and with 9 strikeouts to just 3 walks during that same duration. His battery mate will be Jack Fleming. The infield from left to right is Brian Williams at the hot corner, Alfredo Grenier at short, Andrew Dutton starts at second, Noah Best over at first. In the outfield from right to left is Cole Steedman in right field, Cole McNearney in center, and Will Lantis starts in left, with a DH being Ian Hancock. And we'll introduce the starting lineup today for Earlham. Lanchin Ace twins at the top of the lineup card. Christian playing second, batting first. Then Nathan out in center field in the 2 spot, followed by DH and first team all-conference honoree Andrew Bradley. In the cleanup spot, first baseman Maxwell Freeze, followed by left fielder Cameron McCabe. Then it's Devin Basley playing third, batting sixth, followed by the catcher Easton Embry. Then playing right and batting eighth, Jordan Kaduror, and then batting ninth, playing short, Zach Swearigan. And again, it's an Earlham offense scoring 10 runs per contest, batting average at .324. Taking on a pitching staff from Birmingham-Southern, who was actually first in the SAA with a 4.66 ERA, and even more impressively, how about 8 hits per 9 innings given up by this Birmingham-Southern pitching staff. Good reason why they're one of the best teams in the country. And all 4 teams in this field certainly have a pathway to coming out as the regional champs. Going to be a fun weekend of baseball. Thanks, everybody, for spending some time with us. Into the box, Lanchin Ace will get us started this weekend. First pitch. This is the zone. And Lanchin Ace, .317 average to this point in the season. 7 home runs, 8 doubles, and 28 RBIs as well. 1-0 pitch on its way. Cut on and miss, and the count to 1-1. Talking about White on the bump. 7 innings against Millsap was a season long for an appearance as he evades the bat of Lanchin Ace. And the count at 1-2. Most strikeouts in a game this season was 5 earlier in the year against Millsaps. That was back in the end of March in a 5 strikeout, 6-inning performance for White. And it's a punch out to start the day for the first-year right-handed arm. Lanchines back to the dugout as out number 1. He'll be followed up by his twin, Nathan Lanchines. It was a .354 average coming into this afternoon. OPS up and over 1,000. First pitch, slider, just off the outside corner. 1-0 count to start. And it's a very right-handed heavy batting lineup today for Earlham. So the 1-0 is high and outside. The lone left-handed hitter is the right fielder, Jordan Kadurer. And the 2-0 clips the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike now for the Earlham center fielder. 6 all-conference honorees for the Quakers, including both Lanchines brothers on the second team. Nathan swings through the heater. Count evened up, 2-0. White leaves the 2-2 well off the outside corner. Payoff pitch on the way. And Andrew Bradley, a man on deck who is the top of the Heartland Conference in a myriad of offensive categories, and he'll have Nathan Lanchines on first base and ahead of him. It's a strikeout, then a walk to start the day for Joey White. And we get to talk about Bradley. How about third best batting average in the Heartland Conference, second in home runs as well as doubles per game, first in RBIs per contest and slugging percentage. All that to say, Bradley certainly knows how to mash baseballs, and he's got an opportunity with Lanchines 90 feet ahead of him, which, speaking of Lanchines, not somebody seems overly active on the base paths as Bradley swings to the first pitch he gets, drives it to right, couple steps back. Steedman with a beat on it, ranges to the warning track and makes the grab for out number 2. Runner on, 2 away, Maxwell Freeze steps into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch swinging and sent into the screen to start the count at 0-1. Freeze, .283 average, 9 doubles, home run, 28 RBIs for today's contest. On base percentage at .409. Represents heavy bat in the middle order for the Quakers. Not an overly large lead for Lanchines over at first. Toss over from White. Back in time is the Earlham center fielder. I have to correct something I said a moment ago. Both Lanchines is very active on the base paths. Nathan over at first, 20 of 23 on stolen base attempts. And Christian, leadoff man, 23 of 27. So those sophomore twins get on the base paths. It could cause headaches. This Birmingham-Southern pitching staff, but White certainly keeping a close eye, and with 2 away in the inning, can focus on Freeze at the plate. 1-1 the count. Another throw to first. Back with a dive, Lanchines. A little bit larger lead, invoking the throw from White. And aside from Noah Best holding the runner on, defense playing straight away for the Panthers. 1-1, punt past Freeze, and the pitcher's count now at a ball and 2 strikes. Birmingham-Southern a pitch away from making a 0 next to the Earlham line to start the afternoon. 1-2. Slider hit on the ground at third. Picked up by Williams. A short throw to second in time for out number 3. 5-4, fielder's choice. No runners left on for Earlham, and a 0 next to the Quakers line. Thanks in part to Joey White, facing the minimum +1. We'll step aside, come back, bottom of the first, and get our first glance at the Birmingham-Southern offense coming to you on LHSN. After a scoreless top of the first inning, taking over the mound is Justin Dilhoff, sophomore for Earlham. Gets another start under his belt this season, 4.76 ERA, and this becomes start number 11, appearance number 13. There are some of the numbers this season for Dilhoff. Let's look at his last handful of appearances. He pitched twice in a weekend series against Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. It was 7 innings back on the 12th of this month. Giving up just 5 hits, 4 strikeouts to 1 walk, only 2 earned runs issued, then pitched 2/3 of an inning on the 14th. Same series, 1 hit allowed, 0s the rest of the way through his line. He does have 1 complete game. There was 9 innings tossed against Mount St. Joseph. And a 2 earned run effort, 7 strikeouts to 2 walks. So another arm, like we talked about with White, who could certainly stretch out. And in this weekend format, that is going to be very important for all these teams trying to save up as many bullpen arms as they can for those high leverage games late Saturday and into Sunday. But Dilhoff will see this batting 9 come in his direction from Birmingham-Southern. Currently a top 10 team in the country in batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage, and 13th in the country with 9.7 runs per game. Andrew Dunton will lead things off, then it's Cole Steedman playing right. Batting third, playing first, Noah Best. The cleanup man is Ian Hancock, one of the top bats in the country in regards to the long ball, followed by catcher Jack Fleming, who's not far off in that department. Center fielder Cam McNearney playing center, batting sixth. Then in the 7th spot, third baseman Brian Williams, followed by Alfredo Grenier. And rounding out the lineup card, the left fielder, Will Lantis. Dilhoff works exclusively from the stretch. First pitch this afternoon, misses off the outside corner. 1-0 count to start for Dunton. Dunton, one of 6 players named to the first team all-conference squad inside the Southern Athletic Association Conference. It was Dunton, Brian Williams, Noah Best, Will Lantis, Cole Steedman, and Ian Hancock landing on the first team, and all told 12 all-conference honorees this year for the Panthers. Dilhoff gets a ground ball, rolled to short, picked up. Swearinger makes the throw across the infield, and down goes Dunton for out number 1. Introduce the defensive alignment for the Quakers. The battery mate today for Dilhoff is Easton Embry. The rest of the infield from left to right has Devin Baisley over at third. Zach Swearingen making that play over at short. Christian Lanchinace is at second with Maxwell Freeze at first. The outfield from right to left, Jordan Kadurer out in right field. And center is Nathan Lanchinace. Then it's Cameron McCabe in left. And the DH is Andrew Bradley, watching it all unfold from the dugout. With 1 away, Cole Steedman made a couple plays defensively top half this inning, gets his first at-bat. And juxtaposed to Earlham, very left-handed heavy, especially at the top of the lineup card. For 4 of the first 5 hitters to come to the plate for Birmingham-Southern will hit from the left side. Then the final 4 in the lineup card will all hit in the right-handed batter's box. 0-2 count for Dilhoff. Chance for his first strikeout of the day. off the outside corner. Now 1-2 the count. Dilhoff still holds the edge as Steedman, 385 average. Today becomes start number 47 on the year for the Panthers right fielder. Embry sets up low. That's where the breaking pitch goes, and the count's at 2-2. Center fielder Nathan Lanchinace shading over towards left center, the opposite field side. For Stedman, watches the 2-2 up and outside, and now Dilhoff, after jumping out 0-2, in danger of losing Steedman here. Payoff pitch. Hits soft on the ground, right side. Gobbled up, Lanchinace tosses to first. Just in time, able to cover the bag. Backpedaling to it is Maxwell Freeze. Weird in-between roll. Pseudo no man's land between first and second, where both Lanchinace and Freeze are going hard after it. Lanchinace the first to it. Freeze backpedals, able to get back to the bag in time. And it's a 4-3 ground out for out number 2, bringing Noah Best to the plate. 351 hitter during the regular season and through the conference tournament. 10 doubles, 11 home runs. Currently tied for third most on the squad for Birmingham-Southern. Jack Fleming has 12, and it's Ian Hancock in the cleanup spot with 16. Dilhoff misses high and outside, 1-0 count for Best. The lone right-handed bat. A very left-handed heavy top 5 in the lineup card. For head coach Jen Weisberg, 11th head coach in program history. And including the wins this year, up and over 450 during his tenure at Birmingham-Southern. Dilhoff attacks with a fastball, and the count now 1-2. Sophomore looking for a 1-2-3 start to his afternoon. The 1-2 misses high. Pitch on the inside corner, flared behind the plate, giving chase. Embry had a battle against the sun. Unable to make the grab, and now some newfound life for Best. The count stays at 2-2. And speaking of the sun, let's talk about the weather's outside. Currently about 85 degrees. That feels like, or excuse me, currently technically 81 degrees. Feels like it's at 85. Sunny afternoon. Clouds are few and far between. About 9-mile-an-hour winds blowing out towards center, swirling out towards right center field. And it should be noted the high is about 97 degrees today, with the feels like potentially taking up and over triple digits. 2-2 up and inside. And, of course, this game starting at 11 o'clock, you really won't start to feel the worst of today's weather until the very end of this clash. But game 2 between Salve Regina and Lynchburg, those players will certainly have to suffer through the worst of summer Virginia heat. Payoff pitch. This is inside, and Best extends inning number 1 via the base on balls. Now both teams with at least one runner that's able to reach via the free pass given up by the opposing starting arm. Best over at first. Plenty of speed to spare, 27 of 30 stolen base attempts. Only one player has more swipe bags, and it's Will Lantis down in the 9th spot. 36 for 36 on stolen base attempts this season. So when Lantis gets on, certainly keep your eyes peeled over at first. Best deserves a ton of attention as well. Dilhoff misses high and away to the cleanup man, Ian Hancock. And you have to be careful how you approach Hancock here. First in the conference, 8th in the country in home runs. And also an SAA best in regards to RBIs. Throw over to first. Best back in time with a slide. Embry spots up on the outside corner. Best takes off in a motion. Hit and run executed perfectly. Slapped out towards left center field. Best being waved around third. The throw cut off it short. Then to the plate. Not in time. RBI single scores. Noah Best all the way from first. What a way to open up this weekend scoring. Birmingham-Southern jumps out in front 1-0. Hancock adds to his conference best RBI total. Now he's got 58 on the season. One of 3 players up and over the half-century mark for this Panthers offense. Jack Fleming, one of those other 3 up and over 50 ribbies this year, steps in the left-handed batter's box, watches the first pitch in the outside corner. .299 average, 12 long balls, 52 home runs, 52 RBIs, 11 doubles. Game 1 of the weekend for everybody, I guess. But the numbers for Fleming certainly have been explosive. .604 slugging percentage. That's second behind just Steedman. Him and Camden McNearney neck and neck, .604, .605 respectively. Another throw to first. Hancock back in time. And even Hancock, an abundance of power, but also 5 for 6 on stolen base attempts this season. He's chosen his opportunities wisely. 1-1. Back up the middle and past the glove of Dilhoff. Hancock holds it second. But after retiring the first 2 he faced, Justin Dilhoff gave up the 2-out walk to Best, who then comes around to score on the RBI single from Ian Hancock, and now another base knock, courtesy of Jack Fleming. Puts 2 on, 2 away, and breaks the center fielder Camden McNearney to the plate. Talked about McNearney, slugging percentage over 600. The batting average at .364. Total 32 RBIs before today's contest. And with 2 away this inning, good speed at second in the form of Ian Hancock. Can at least add 1 more. First pitch, slider, cut on and miss. Nice time for Dilhoff. Pull the string on the right-handed bat. Jump out in front of the count 0-1. So some early run support to the back of Joey White, who will retake the mound in the top of the second. Pitching with a lead is the 0-1. Down and away, and he gets away from the catcher, Embry. Rolls all the way to the backstop, neighboring the first base dugout as well. Wild pitch moves Hancock to third, Fleming behind him now at second. Now with 1 swing of the bat, McNearney can make it a 2 RBI single and potentially more. Talked about his pop. Big ballpark. Of course, this is the home of the Cleveland Guardians affiliate, the Lynchburg Hillcats. The bigger field. More rooms for doubles and triples this weekend. 1-1. Misses away. And especially for a team like Birmingham-Southern. First in the SAA in stolen bases with 131. That's also third in the country. This is a team with speed. And extra base hits that find the alleyway. This is a team that might be able to stretch that out for an extra 90 feet. 2-1. Fouled the other way. So Dilhoff now a pitch away from holding the damage. Just 1 run this inning. And then bring his offense back to the plate with 5, 6, 7 due up. Two's across the scoreboard. Dilhoff hits the outside corner, and down goes McNearney for out number 3. Punch out number 1 for Justin Dilhoff. 2 runners left on in scoring position, but our scoring has gotten underway with an RBI single from Ian Hancock, plating Noah Best to make it a 1-0 contest as we step aside and come back. Top of the second inning, it'll be Cameron McCabe leading things off for Earlham.
32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
One nothing score as we head to the top of the second inning. Cameron McCabe will lead things off. Then it's Devin Baisley and Easton Embry to go toe-to-toe with Joey White, who faced the minimum +1. The runner to reach was Nathan Langenes via the walk with one away last inning. 0-1 hit up the middle, ranging to his left, picked up by Grenier. The throw on the run in time to make it 3 consecutive hitters retired at the hand of Joey White, who now sees the third baseman Devin Baisley for the first time today. Baisley enters with a .278 average. Watches the first pitch. The count is at 1-0. We mentioned Jen Weisberg, bottom of the first. It's 12th-year head coach Steve Saxitz for Earlham. Done a great job propelling this program into NCAA territory, NCAA tournament territory. Already the program's all-time winningest coach. It was 192 wins before this season got underway. You can add 26 more wins to that total now. And all told, about 6 consecutive 20 or more wins seasons as White misses high. 3-1 the count now. Earlham looking for the response after Ian Hancock drives home the first run of the weekend. 3-1 down in the dirt. This is a welcome start for Earlham. Back-to-back innings where White has issued a one-out walk. And Easton Embry steps to the box for the first time today. Today marks start number 26, game play number 29 for the Earlham catcher, hitting .323 this season. 13 extra base hits, 30 RBIs. First pitch swinging, sending it back to the padding. Like the aggressiveness there from Embry. Sometimes that first pitch is the best one you'll get, especially after you give up a run at the bottom of the first. You don't want to be too eager, running into bad spots, chasing pitches you don't need to, and forfeiting easy outs to the opposing defense. But after you give up a run, it always feels good to be able to get it right back and get back to status quo. 0-1 misses away. And to further that point, it's also good to jump on a couple early pitches. Doesn't need to be everybody, but just to let a pitcher know you're willing to swing it early in the count as opposed to getting them into a rhythm and accustomed to just delivering fastball right down the heart of the plate, jumping out in front 0-1. If you set a precedent that you're going to jump on it, then you force the pitcher to think a little more cautiously about where he wants to deliver that first pitch and what pitch he wants to throw in that setting. Another toss to first. Backstanding is Baisley. Third baseman, 14 of 20 on stolen base attempts this year. Held on by Best. Fastball on the outside corner. Counts it 2-ball. Talking about Best, not often you can see a first baseman scoring on an RBI single all the way from first, but that's exactly what we saw on the bottom of the first. Now, granted, Best was in motion. There were two away in the inning, and it was an aggressive wave around the corner from Coach Weisberg, but forced the defense to make a perfect throw, and opportunities will come arise. It's the 2-2. Once again, hit to the screen. So the aggressive base running pays dividends, and again, ton of credit. Not often you see a first baseman that's that fleet of foot and that athletic. Get a look at the Birmingham-Southern dugout. Certainly in high spirits, rooting on their freshman starter Joey White, who's a pitch away from strikeout number 2. Open stance for Embry. 2-2. Sky to right, ranging back. Steedman makes the grab, and there's 2 down. Jordan Cooterer gets his first plate appearance, and he is the lone left-handed bat in the order today for Coach Zach Sitz and his Earlham offense in general, which we sung the praises of this Birmingham offense. And that's not to say Earlham hasn't poured on the runs this year. 10 runs a contest, batting average at .324, at the Heartland best. Also a conference best with a .444 OBP. Second in slugging percentage, just up and over 500. That's the type of baseball you're going to see at this time of the year. Lots of teams who were first and second in their conference and a myriad of stats. Slapped the other way. It stays fair and past the glove of Williams. On his way to third, the throw not in time to catch a sliding Baisley, who puts now runners at the corners after the single from Cooterer with 2 away in the inning. First hit of the afternoon for the Quakers offense comes from their right fielder, Jordan Cooterer, who stands at first with good speed. And it's a 9-hole man, Zach Swearingen, looking to tie us up or potentially do more. Speaking of Cooterer over at first, 6 of 9 on stolen base attempts. Now 2 away in the inning. I don't necessarily know if Coach Zach Sitz wants to potentially run into that third out, but it could be a situation with 2 away, you're running on contact. His speed above average. If it finds the alleyway, he could score all the way from first, and Earlham could have their first lead on the afternoon. Now, of course, we're talking about a lot of hypotheticals as the first pitch is high and outside. Swearingen, sir, would certainly take a single and a tie ball game. The same mark. Lowest average in the batting 9 today, .253. 29th start this season. Fastball, inside corner, moves the count to 1-1. But hits in 3 of his last 4. Swearingen nubs one just out in front of the plate. Fleming fields, fires to throw to first in time, and 2 runners left on. 1 in scoring position after the 2-3 putout retires Swearingen for out number 3. Back-to-back scoreless innings for Joey White. We're through 1.5. 1-0 your score. Birmingham-Southern leads Earlham on LHSN.
Get your career in the game by enrolling in the University of Lynchburg MBA program with an emphasis in sport management. This program opens the doors to new possibilities for a variety of careers, from being an athletic director or working in athletic administration to working for professional organizations, your favorite team, to running a local Parks and Rec department. And employers are increasingly requesting and preferring individuals who have postgraduate education, specifically looking for an MBA. And so the University of Lynchburg Sport Management concentration in the MBA program sets you up for success, and it sets you apart from the many other people looking for jobs in the industry. Learn from winners. Here you will learn from professors and mentors who have spent their careers doing exactly what you want to do. Increase your marketability in an $83 billion industry. If you have a 3.0 GPA, the GMAT is waived. There's no application fee, admissions occurs on a rolling basis, and our online program is ideal for working adults. When you enroll in this program, you enroll in the opportunity to learn from the best of the best. Your professors have a wealth of experience working in the sport industry that they share with you in the classroom setting. Get in the game by getting your MBA with a sport management concentration at the University of Lynchburg. You know, Hollywood, here I come.
Bottom of the second inning. Brian Williams leads things off, and watch the first pitch outside Williams. First team all-conference honoree for Birmingham-Southern. 2 games against Millsaps, combined 2 for 9, so a chance to pick up on his postseason. Had a couple of 0 for 4 showings, and a doubleheader against Hendricks back on the 30th of April. Williams lost one to right, ranging over, making the grab is Cooterer, and there's one away. Alfredo Grandiers looks smooth at short, hitting in the 8th spot today. First pitch, right down Broadway, 0-1 count to start. Today, just the 13th start of the season for Grenier. Senior shortstop hailing from Atlanta, Georgia. Waits on the breaking ball, slaps it to center, but directly to Lanchines. Nathan Lanchines, a couple steps to his left. Makes it 3 consecutive retired by Dilhoff, including a strikeout. Backwards K variety against Cam McNearney. The final out last inning, 1 run issued. It was earned against the ledger of Dilhoff, but a chance to make it a 1-2-3 bottom of the second. But that being said, if you remember, we're with us for the first inning. First 2 retired by the hand of Dilhoff, and then the 2-out rally started with a walk to Noah Best. So Dilhoff looking to avoid a free pass here, keep it at a 1-2-3 inning, and keep the door shut on Birmingham-Southern, trying to extend their lead. First pitch, slider, misses away. Will Lantis in specific, hitting the 9th spot, but how about 36 of 36 on stolen base attempts? That's good for first in the conference, as you might expect. It's a 379 average to go with it, and Lantis kind of perfectly encapsulates what modern baseball has moved to. You put your best hitter in the 2 spot, and then 9-1-2, especially that 9-hole hitter serves as a secondary leadoff guy, and Lantis, case in point. So despite 2 away, this certainly could be the build of back-to-back 2-out rallies. Instead, Lantis, high chopper, second, picked up. Christian Lanchines fields and throws to first to make it a 1-2-3 second inning. So throw all that out the window. It's 4 in a row, retired by Justin Dilhoff, who keeps it 1-0 as we head to the top of the 3rd between Earlham and Birmingham-Southern in the Lynchburg Regional of the NCAA Tournament.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone gonna become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Top of the lineup card, step into the box for Earlham, trailing 1-0. It's Christian Lanchines, Nathan Lanchines, then Andrew Bradley. Second time through the lineup card for the starter Joey White. Deals, slider, outside corner, pitcher's pitch, and expect to see in the second time through the batting nine of Earlham. You're going to see a lot more first pitch breaking stuff from White. Quickly into the windup. Back to it. The slider evades the bat of Lanchinace, and the count's 0-2. And that first time through the lineup card, just one hit issued by White, 2 walks surrendered. But the rest of the way, pretty smooth sailing. Third slider of the AB just drops off the outside corner. Panthers defense plays straight away. The 1-2 front door slider. White just misses off the inside corner. 2-2 count for Christian Lanchinace, who went down on strikes his first time up. That's the only strikeout we've seen from White so far. Peter. This is the outside black. Now a full count. Good battle from Lanchinace. I talk about the strikeout numbers. 5 is a season high for White. Not necessarily how he's won this season. And the 3-2 misses off the inside corner. Third walk issued for White today. And talk about strikeouts may not necessarily be where he wins a whole lot, but one of the areas where he does is limiting free passes. He gave up 3 walks against Millsaps in his last start. And that was the most that he had surrendered in a single appearance. Next closest, he had 2 starts where he surrendered 2 walks. He's already given up 3 today, and he's through 2+ innings. So a little bit of a different struggle this afternoon for Joey White, but he is playing with a lead and taking on an explosive offense, so trying to nibble in the corners. Certainly a good idea, but eventually you have to adjust from that initial pre-plan, especially game by game. That's one of the toughest things as a player, adjusting to a new strike zone, especially in this format where game by game your strike zone could be wildly different from what you see tomorrow and then again on Sunday potentially. I digress. The 1-0 crossed on the inside corner. Even count for Nathan Lanchinace, who drew a walk his first plate appearance. Both Christian and Nathan named to the second team. All conference squads for the Heartland. Lone first team honoree is Andrew Bradley. He's on deck. Throw to first. Close play. Just back in time is Christian Lanchinace. The rest of those all conference honorees, Aiden Talarek, the reliever, as well as Devin Baisley in the starting lineup today, in addition to Cameron McCabe being named as an honorable mention. Another throw over. Sneaks under the glove of Bass. Doesn't venture far, so Christian Lanchinace will have to hold over at first. Noted this back in the first inning. Christian over at first base, 23 of 27 stolen base attempts. Nathan at the plate, 20 for 23. Plenty of speed at the top of the lineup card. 1-1. Slider. Rolled foul. Both defenses second in their respective conference in fielding percentage. Birmingham-Southern, that's at 95.6%. The other side for the Quakers, 96% even before today's contest got underway. One-two, slider, nubbed foul, first base side. Especially here in this third inning, we've seen White be slider heavy and with speed on at first. If Christian Lanchinace feels like he can get a good jump and time it up, it's going to be a difficult throw if it is a slider for Fleming to make down to second. Fleming, the catcher for Birmingham-Southern. This may create a favorable running spot for Lanchinace. Not moving here. 1-2 fastball. Skied. First base side. Had enough real estate, did Noah Best, but trying to fight it, battle against the sun, but also find the padding on that first base side. Best won't be able to make the grab. We'll do it once more. 1-2 the count. Time called White comes set. 1-2 is a pitch out. It was a minimal lead before that pitch for Christian Lanchines. Another look at Lanchines, not venturing too far from first. Two-two, slider, lofted to left center field. Ranging over and calling for it, Will Lantis will cover the necessary ground and make the catch for out number 1. Joey White gets the first out to the inning on pitch number 46 to his stint. And he'll see Andrew Bradley now for a second time, 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. Again, game 1, battle between the two conference champs that we have in this 4-team field, Birmingham-Southern. Winners of the SAA and Earlham, winners of the HCAC conference tournament. In game 2, two at-large bid squads going toe-to-toe in Salve Regina and Lynchburg. Slider in between swing. Bradley trails 0-1. And again, winner of this contest will play in the middle game tomorrow afternoon, set for 2:30 first pitch. Meanwhile, the loser will play the loser of game 2 today at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Double elimination tournament format. So no team playing their last game of the year, but that's the type of stakes that these two teams, and all 4 teams for that matter in this regional, have to keep in their mind. You could potentially be down to 18 innings on the season. They can go that quickly. Front door breaking ball clips the inside corner. And White's done a stellar job despite 3 walks. More often than not, been able to jump out in front of counts, 0-1, and further along in the count as well, here 1-2. Fastball, called strike 3. Second strikeout this afternoon for Joey White, and Andrew Bradley down via the backwards K for the second out to the inning. And that's the advantage. You see so many sliders, especially early in the count. All of a sudden when White zips the fastball in your direction, it feels like it has that little bit much more behind it. Bradley might have thought it was outside as well, but regardless. 2 away now for Maxwell Freeze, who hit into an inning-ending fielder's choice his first time up. A little bit bigger lead here for Lanchines over at first. Still have not seen him in motion. Another slider. Right on right spot. You see White very comfortable attacking that inside corner. And it's a pitch that's really uncomfortable to see coming your way inside the right-handed batter's box. Looks like it's going to start by hitting you. And the spin's similar enough. You might be thinking, fastball inside, this is going to hit me. And eventually it breaks over the inside corner and you're left baffled. Lanchines takes off 1-1, waved at a miss for strike 2. There will not be a throw to second. I think a wise decision made by Jack Fleming. Still on base for Christian Lanchines all the same, however. That becomes his 24th of the season. But for Fleming, don't want to force the issue. More bad can happen than good in that situation. You have 2 strikes and 2 away in the inning. Focus on the hitter at the plate. White misses up and outside. 2's across the scoreboard, 2-2 count with 2 away. But realistically, best case scenario for Fleming, it was going to be close at second. Lanchines has a ton of speed. Maybe you get the good call and nice tag put down by one of your middle infielders. But worst case scenario, you sail it into center field and giving up another 90 feet to a speedy runner. Full count for Freeze. If he were to reach, Cameron McCabe is in the end on the on-deck circle. Payoff pitch. Just off the outside corner. White trying to nibble on the outside black. won't get the call. Now 2 on and 2 away. 4th base on balls issued today by Joey White. Well, I know I was just singing the praises of being able to jump out in front of counts. Did that on both his strikeouts, but also did it at bats against Andrew Bradley the first time, Maxwell Freeze when he hit in that fielder's choice. So when the command has been good, it's been really good for Joey White. When he's had it come and go, that's when those walks have come to arise. And 4 through 2 2/3 in this type of setting can be scary. It's a 1-0 ball game. Margin for error is slim. And you see trip to the mound being made by coaching staff for Birmingham-Southern. But likely the conversation stemming from a place of there's 2 away in the inning. Yes, there's runners on, but you execute against McCabe. We'll get through this inning with a 0 next to the Earlham line. So 2 on and 2 away. 2 runners left on last inning for Earlham. Quakers looking to have history not repeat itself. McCabe looking to open up the Earlham scoring line. Fouls off the first pitch he gets. Near the bag at second is Andrew Dutton, but not being held on at first is Freeze. The 0-1, a called strike 2. So McCabe in a hole, 0 for 1 today, grounded out to short as leadoff man last inning. Time called at home plate. McCabe hitting .355 before today's contest. That's second best for anybody on roster for Earlham, trailing just Andrew Bradley. 21 RBIs as well. The 0-2 clips the outside corner. Second strikeout of the inning, 3rd in total for Joey White, who navigates to the 2 runners on, 2 outs situation he found himself in, thanks in part to a pair of walks issued this inning. 3 consecutive scoreless innings tossed by the freshman. We step aside, come back, bottom of the 3rd, top of the lineup card, coming to the plate for Birmingham-Southern.
When you come to the University of Lynchburg to earn a master's degree in athletic training, you'll spend time in the classroom, but you'll also spend a lot of time in our top-notch facilities, learning from athletic trainers and working closely with our student athletes. In the Graduate Cadaver Lab, you'll learn about the human body in the best way possible, by actually studying the human body. This will provide a foundation to make you a much better athletic trainer. In the athletic training laboratory, you'll get hands-on experience, practicing your skills, applying concepts from the classroom, and working with faculty on research projects. It's also where our hydrotherapy facilities are. This space is also used by students for studying and practicing skills outside of class time. In the Sports Medicine Clinic and Turner Gymnasium, you'll work with student athletes from more than 20 NCAA Division III sports teams, helping get them back to practice and into the game as soon as possible. As an athletic training student, you're a big part of the success of our sports teams and the success of the local athletic teams. We see this relationship as a win-win situation. You learn, and that helps us win.
Number 3, Birmingham-Southern with a chance to add to their 1-0 lead. That run comes across in the bottom of the 1st inning. Just in case you missed it, it was Ian Hancock driving home Noah Best, and that's the only run we've seen so far today. Andrew Dutton, Cole Stedman, and Noah Best scheduled to the plate. Lead things off, bottom of the 3rd inning. Justin Dilhoff tossed to 1-2-3, bottom of the 2nd. He stays out on the mound. Righty misses outside. Dunton 0 for 1, ground out to short. His first at-bat. But a team best 400 average, and he's now started all 47 games this season. For the Panthers, here the left-handed bat watches another pitch. Outside the zone this time, down and inside. Hitters count 2-0. Dilhoff misses high. Count swells, 3 balls, no strikes. Dunton, one of the first-team all-conference honorees. We've noted those first-teamers, but also you have Joey White, who saw on the bump, obviously, the top half of the first 3 innings today. Jack Fleming, Camden McNearney. Jack Fleming, Camden McNearney as honorable mentions. Dunton on at first. First time that either side has had the leadoff man on until this inning. The walk from Christian Lanchinace to start the third, and now Birmingham-Southern able to match. Leadoff man on by the same means as well. Bottom of the third inning. Second walk issued by Dilhoff. Stedman, first pitch swinging, rolls one to second. Throw to second in time. That's Christian Lanchinace tossing over to Swearingen. 4-6, fielder's choice will take Dunton off the base paths and have Stedman on at first instead. Really nice turn there from Lanchinace, and really that play comes down to just confidence. I can make that throw in time, and it was a decisive decision, and because of that, the bang-bang play at second goes in Earlham's favor. There's now 1 away with a runner on, and Noah Best 0 for 0 today, drew a walk his first plate appearance. Throw over to first, back with the slide is Steedman. 14 of 16 on stolen base attempts is the Birmingham-Southern right fielder. First pitch, fastball, in on the hands of Best. Sent to shallow left center, ranging. Nathan Lanchinace settles underneath and makes the grab, and there's now 2 down. So after issuing the leadoff walk, Dilhoff now away from back-to-back scoreless innings of action. Ian Hancock drove in the only run we've seen today. RBI number 58 to his season. The outfield appropriately takes a couple steps back against the power-hitting DH before he sees a pitch. We'll have another throw to first. No stolen base attempts yet today for Birmingham-Southern, despite being third in the country in swipe bags. Hancock out in front of the first pitch he gets. Trails in the count, 0-1 to start. Nice day at the ballpark. You see some of those have gathered here at Bank of James Stadium, home of the Lynchburg Hillcats. A field that's had plenty of major leaguers play on it. We'll talk about that a little later on in the broadcast, but that's certainly an exciting proposition for a lot of these players, kind of knowing the legacy that comes with playing on this field, as Hancock sends one to left, a couple steps back. Cameron McCabe there to make the grab for out number 3. Runner left on at first. Back-to-back scoreless innings of action for Justin Dilhoff. We're 1/3 of the way through. 1-0. Panthers lead the Quakers on LHSN.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Devin Baisley, Easton Embry, and Jordan Kuderer scheduled to play this inning. If any reach, then we'll see the shortstop, Zach Swearingen, step up into the box for a second time. Dealing with the first pitch strike is Joey White. Issued a walk his first time facing Baisley. 2 walks issued last inning for White, able to navigate through the cluttered base paths as ultimately Lanchines hit it up to second with Maxwell Freese stranded at first last inning. 2 strikeouts, now 3 on the afternoon for White. Pitch away for making it 4. 0-2. Rolled to short. Gagne charges in. The throw to first is in time for out number 1. So in our opening contest of the weekend, with the team averaging 10 runs per game, and on the other side, Birmingham-Southern averaging 9.7. Might have looked at the numbers and said, there's going to be a lot of offense in this contest, and still a lot of baseball to be played, but so far, you would be incorrect. Ton of credit to Joey White as well as Justin Dilhoff for keeping both these offenses under wraps the first 3+ innings. And I noted this back in the first inning. Starting arms that can give you length are going to be more than necessary this weekend, trying to save up your high-leverage bullpen arms for later and later. Every game counts the same, especially here. It's harder to win it all if you lose game 1, as Grenier makes another play at short. There's now 2 down. But naturally, as we look at a tournament setting, it feels like the championship game has more gravitas with it. But again, I would argue that you lose game 1, that path to the championship game is a lot harder to get to, but that's just me. But being able to save some of your high leverage spots, you know, for a Lynchburg, it's a Grayson Thurman. For a Birmingham-Southern, it's someone like, or rather, we'll use Earlham as an example, all-conference arm, and Aiden Talarek. That's somebody ideally you'd like to have available on Sunday for what could be perceived as your biggest game of the season. So being a starters who can go 6+, you're in a good spot managing the bullpen the rest of the way, as Grenier goes 3 for 3 this inning. 3 ground outs to short, complete a 1-2-3. Top of the 4th, tossed by Joey White. We're stepping aside, coming back, home half of the frame. Jack Fleming will lead things off as Birmingham-Southern leads 1-0.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Look what
5, 6, 7 step on the plate for Birmingham-Southern. That's Jack Fleming, Camden McNearney, and Brian Williams scheduled to the plate. Justin Dilhoff, stays out on the mound. Had a 1-2-3 second after issuing a leadoff walk. Retired the next 3 he faced against Goldstein, Noah Best, and Ian Hancock. So Dilhoff looks to continue that momentum through inning number 4. talked about this so far this afternoon. White and Dilhoff, both arms who have given their respective teams distance in multiple starts this season. And so far, no activity in the bullpen. Reiterating the point that I talked about throughout the top of the fourth. Both teams in this contest, as well as the two playing scheduled for a 2:30 first pitch in Salve, Regina, and Lynchburg. Less bullpen activity you have today, better your weekend fares. Dilhoff, another miss inside, 2-0 now. Fleming 1 for 1 with a single, moved up to second on a wild pitch. That's where he was stranded back in inning number 1. Another miss high and away. Dilhoff falls all the way behind 3-0. 2 walks issued to the first 3 innings toss by the sophomore. Now up to 44 pitches thrown towards the plate. So 3-0 finds the zone. They go with those 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and 1 earned run against the line of Dilhoff. At the belt, 3-1, shot to the screen. Really nice job here from Dilhoff. Playing behind 3-0, especially against a middle-of-the-order bat, someone with 12 home runs, that can be a daunting challenge. And maybe you would take the route of the unintentional, intentional walk, throw something outside the zone, see if they chase. But instead, Dilhoff, back-to-back fastballs, got him back to the count, 3-2. Payoff pitch on its way. Misses the zone, and ultimately it is a walk for Fleming. Walk number 3 issued by Dilhoff. Back-to-back innings, the leadoff man has gotten on via the base on balls. After Andrew Dutton got the leadoff walk, it was followed by the fielder's choice from Cole Steedman. Birmingham-Southern looking for a different result this time round. Chance for the Panthers to extend their 1-0 lead. Birmingham-Southern, the top seed heading into this regional, one of 2 ranked squads. They're at 3, Lynchburg's at 11. First pitch, ventures too far inside, and McNearney hit by the pitch. First 2 to come to the plate, both reach via the free pass. Fleming moves to second, McNearney now on at first, and it'll be a trip to the mound for Earlham coaching staff. Show you the hit by pitch one more time. Certainly close, right underneath the elbow. But that's why you wear the brace. And often the reason sometimes it doesn't look all that close is because players can sell it in a way, or because they're wearing a brace, they're not feeling it quite the same as if there was no brace there. That point aside, conference on the mound comes to its close. Looks like Coach Bo Smith, who made the trip to the mound, former second-team All-Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference honoree back in 2018. First 2 to the plate, both have reached. No outs in the inning for Brian Williams, 0 for 1 with the fly out to right field. Williams shows bunt. Takes the breaking ball off the outside corner. Neither one of these teams laid down a whole lot of sacrifice bunts. Birmingham-Southern, middle of the pack in the SAA. 6 to be precise. Both corners now playing in front of their respective bag for the Earlham infield. Williams tries to lay down the fastball. It goes foul, first base side. If Williams, though, were able to successfully lay down the sacrifice, it'd be runners at second and third for Alfredo Grenier, who's the man in the on-deck circle. Williams was showing bunt, pulled back, called strike 2 on the outside corner, will likely take the bunt play off the table. A strikeout here from Dilhoff. That or a ground ball double play would be your best friend if you're a pitcher in this spot. There we go, look for something low in the zone here. Embry sets up on the outside corner. Williams still showing bunt. Can't get it down. And he becomes out number 1. It's always a risky play if you do want to try to go lay down the bunt despite 2 strikes against you. And Williams unable to get the job done. So now 1 down for those 2 runners on the base paths, and Grenier will come to the plate. Instead of 2 runners on in scoring position, just 1, with Fleming the lead man at second. Technically that goes down as a strikeout. Be the second punch out today for Dilhoff. Righty misses down and away. Grenier 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field back in the second inning. He was the middle out of a 1-2-3 inning tossed by Justin Dilhoff. Pitch misses just below the knees. Hitters count 2-0. Swinging 2-0, rolled to third, picked up. Baisley to second, the relay to first in time, and Earlham turns double play number 17 on the season, going around the horn, 5-4-3, and Grenier hits it into the inning-ending double play, and Dilhoff makes it 3 consecutive scoreless innings of work. We step aside, come back, top of the 5th inning, Birmingham-Southern leads Earlham 1-0.
You're missing.
Is it Earlham?
Is it pronounced Earlham? It's Earlham, and it's a place for
amateur farmers,
Athletes,
artists,
barefooters,
world changers,
do-gooders.
It's a place for you.
and it'll change your
A 5-4-3 double play is what brings us to the top of the 5th inning. It was Baisley to Lanchin ace, ending in the hand of Maxwell Freeze as the Quakers third double play number 17 of the year and keep it a 1-0 contest. Leading things off, lining out to third is Zach Swearingen, who's promptly put down after Williams handles the hot shot in his direction. Line out, makes 5 in a row, retired in the Earlham lineup card. Back to the top of the lineup. Christian Lanchin ace, 0 for 1, strikeout and a walk. Takes the first pitch just above the dirt, off the outside corner. But now 2 times through the lineup card, other than the 2 walks for Joey White back in the third. No other runner reached. Did the handful of 6-3 putouts. That was all 3 outs in the top of the 4th inning, if we want to be precise. Devin Baisley, Easton Embry, and Jordan Kudurer, all grounding out to short. It's the 1-1. Skied foul behind home plate. 1-2 the count now. Chance for White. Tally strikeout number 4. White already settled the mound. You can tell he's feeling confident. Looking to make it 6 in a row. Set down in the Quakers' order. Letter high pitch. Again, lofted out of play. But White's gotten better as this game's gone on. I think the same can be said about Justin Dilhoff on the other side for Earlham. Both have had their innings with scares, but the zeros on the scoreboard are all that counts. 1-0 still your score. Panthers ahead of the Quakers. White, this is just up and out of the zone. Now a 2-2 count. And this inning starts with 9-1-2. That's the exact same part of the order we'll see with Birmingham-Southern bottom half this inning, as Williams this time has a grounder sent to him. The throw across the infield is in time for out number 2. And it's interesting because 9-1-2, again, we talked about it earlier on in the broadcast, that 9-hole hitter serving as a secondary leadoff man. That is interesting, but also that means we're already into third time against the lineup for Joey White. And in the bottom half of this inning, Justin Dilhoff will have the same proposition on the table in the bottom of the 5th, taking on Andrew Dutton and Cole Steedman minimum for a third time. And every opportunity you get against a pitcher, the numbers get better and better. Case in point, about the first of the day for Nathan Lanchinace. Line to center. He's now 1 for 2 today. Also drawn a walk, and he prolonged to the top of the 5th. Andrew Bradley. Team best batting average and third in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference in batting average at .388, but 0 for 2 today. Pulling out to right, then struck out looking. Bradley, a junior, hailing from Ohio. Won't see a pitch yet. Throw to first. Lanchinace back in time. Nathan Lanchinace, 20 stolen bases this year, only been caught 3 times. Bradley takes the pitch down in the dirt. It's a 4-game hit streak for Bradley. Multi-hit showing back on the 14th against Rose Holman. 2-0, just below the knees. Count swells, 3 balls, no strikes. All things told, how about hits in all but 6 games played this year for Andrew Bradley? Today becomes his 30th start of the season, 33rd game played. So not only have the numbers been good, he's been consistent, which, talked to any of the coaches here this week, and consistency, the number one thing they're looking for, especially this time of the year. 2-0 on its way. Slider waved at and missed. Really nice time for Joey White to pull the string on Bradley, and it's been a fun battle to watch this afternoon. And White, so far, with the edge over Bradley. Fastball picked up by Fleming. Really nice pick. The Panthers catcher, snap throw up the first base line. Not going to be in time to catch Lanchinace. Hitters count 3-1. White attacks the inside corner and gets a called strike 2. On that 3-1 spot, you're looking 1 pitch, 1 spot. And clearly the conversation right after the pitch comes across, Bradley wasn't entirely sure it was even a strike. So likely not the spot he was looking for a pitch to be delivered. But now, 3-2, he'll have to battle. Runner will be in motion with 2 away this inning. Payoff pitch, cut on and missed. Joey White, punch out number 5, and he strands Nathan Lanchinace on at first. Minimum +1 in inning number 5 for White. We're halfway through. 1-0. Birmingham-Southern leads Earlham in Game 1 of our Lynchburg Regional in the NCAA tournament.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall. There she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
Will Lantis in the top of the lineup in the form of Andrew Dunton and Cole Steedman. Scheduled to the plate, Justin Dilhoff stays out for inning number 5. Misses high with his first pitch of the frame. Will Lantis 0 for 1, grounded out to second. His first time up. Speedy left fielder. Chance to be the quote-unquote secondary leadoff man before we get back. Leadoff man and second baseman Dunton. A couple of free passes issued to start last inning for Dilhoff. Gave up his third walk and then hit his first batter. That was against Jack Fleming, then Camden McNearney. Then after that, settled down really nicely. Struck out Brian Williams, then Alfredo Grenier. That allowed Dilhoff make 3 consecutive scoreless innings. Maybe looking for smoother sailing here in inning number 5. 1-1 count for Lantis. Pitch on its way, hits on the inside corner. Count to 1-2. And when you look at the numbers for Dilhoff, most strikeouts in a game, he had 7 against Mount St. Joseph. Also had 7 against Bluffton University. A couple of 6 strikeout showings against Oberlin, Hanover, and Russ Holman back in the regular season. Those are good numbers. Absolutely. Don't want to take that away. Handful of starts, more than 5 innings. A couple of starts that go even deeper. 9 against Mount St. Joseph, 8 against Hanover, 7 against Rose Holman. 7 more in the tournament against Rose Holman. But really, no starts with more than 5 earned runs issued. Gave up 5 earned runs on 3 separate occasions. But you talk to a pitcher, your bad outings, I mean, they can go bad quick. And there are plenty of pitchers here who are super talented, high-caliber arms who have had their, hypothetically speaking here, inning and 2/3 stint where they give up 7 earned runs in a hurry. Being a pitcher can be really tough sometimes, especially statistically. So while you look at Dilhoff, and it's not a guy who's averaging 12 strikeouts per 9 innings or anything gaudy like that, he also minimizes damage, which, that paired with an offense hitting over 320 and averaging 10 runs a game, sometimes that's good enough. And Dilhoff, I would say, has been more than that this afternoon. He really has silenced a top-tier offense. The Division III landscape. Payoff pitch. Shallow right field. Working towards the line. Kuderer has the catch, and there's one away. Lineup card flips for a second time. Dunton, 0 for 1, drew a walk. When last we saw him, and you see coaching staff up and out of the dugout for Earlham. And that's one thing. There hasn't been a whole lot of shifts specifically in the outfield for the Quakers today, but the coaching staff has been very proactive with communicating with the defense for Earlham, talking about hitter consistencies, understanding the scouting report. And, of course, in a weekend like this where room for error is razor thin, that type of communication and trust in your scouting report is going to be huge. 1-0. Downstairs, 2 balls to no strikes. Up to 64 pitches on the afternoon for Dilhoff, looking to get through inning number 5, and there is now an arm starting to get active in the bullpen for the Quakers. Dilhoff gets a called strike on the inside corner, 2-1. There is some movement in the Birmingham-Southern bullpen, and I see a baseball in the air. Now, granted, you ever spend some time in a, especially college baseball bullpen, guys can be moving and not getting ready at the same time. It's a fun crowd to hang out with. Personal favorite of baseball sex on the roster. It's now a 2-2 count after Dutton fouls it off the other way. While the pitch count's starting to get higher and higher for both these arms, they're both also in a groove. Nothing but zeros next to the Earlham offensive line against Joey White. And Dilhoff tossed 3 consecutive scoreless frames and retired the leadoff man Will Lantis this inning. 2-2. Nicked in and out of the glove of Embry. Dutton just gets it off of it to stay alive. And the arm that looks like they're starting to move around for Earlham is number 12, Jacob Renner, sophomore from Westchester, Ohio. But again, doesn't mean that it's necessarily getting hot and going to be entering the game anytime soon. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Embry posts up on the outside corner. Fastball hit hard into the Earlham bullpen. A glance. You see Jacob Renner as well as Dylan Fisher. A couple of right-handed pitchers that are up, and Renner in specific was stretching a moment ago. So you get to see a little bit of what I was talking about. You also get to see a beautiful day to start our regional to the Birmingham-Southern dugout. We'll see another 2-2 pitch. Dilhoff misses high and away. Dutton looking to spark the Birmingham-Southern offense and help the Panthers find some runs of insurance. 3-2, chopped foul. And while the leadoff man was retired this inning, talk about third time seeing a pitcher. If Dutton gets on with his speed and base running prowess, the door is certainly ajar. And talking about a 1-0 game, I'm sure Joey White will take any and all support he can get from this point onward. Other side of the same coin, Dilhoff knows if he's able to set down Dutton here, that is, we won't see it in a box score and the play-by-play that's written up afterwards, but you set down Dutton, out number 2, base paths are cleared, you win the long battle. That is going to be a boost to his morale and overall momentum on the side of the Quakers. Another 3-2. Hit on the ground, right side, past the diving glove of Freeze and into right. Dutton wins the battle, has his first hit of the day, and now it's 1-on-1 down for Stedman. The right fielder 0 for 2, grounded out in the first, then hit into a fielder's choice in the third. First pitch swinging, slapped into center field, rounding second, Dutton on his way to third. Stedman wastes no time putting runners at the corners. One away, Noah Best, the next man up for the Panthers. And we noted at the top of the broadcast, 1 through 5, 4 left-handed bats, and then Noah Best is the one man to hit from the right side. And that 1 through 5 in the order really has been where Dilhoff has had his issues and run into problems. As we stand right now, top 5 in the lineup card have drawn a pair of walks, 3 in total, and they account for all 4 hits so far for Birmingham-Southern. Then you look at the bottom 4, all right-handed hitters, McNearney, Williams, Grenier, and Lantis. Only one runner has reached, and it was McNearney on a hit by pitch. Stroke to left field, Noah Best hits the top of the wall. Dutton scores easily. Stedman touches home plate as well. 2 RBI double. Noah Best makes it 3-0 Birmingham-Southern. Best came around to score on the first run scored today by either side. It was an RBI for Ian Hancock, who now steps into the left-handed batter's box. But now Best drives home 2 of his own. He's got 53 RBIs this year after hitting double number 11 of his season. And now it's an RBI opportunity for Hancock, looking for his second ribby. 1 for 2 in total today. And now you see more activity in the Earlham bullpen. Driven deep right field to the track, catch made. Kuderer corrals it for out number 2. Tagging and moving to third is Best, so he's 90 feet away from scoring after the F9 from Hancock, who made loud contact, but it's just allowed out number 2. Good job from Kuderer. And really, as soon as the ball came off the bat, especially after you see a loud double from Best, your immediate impact is, or concern is, for the worst. And we actually have Kuderer down on the field right now. Made that catch and then immediately went down. He went down slowly, and it looked like he went down controlled, as they'll now have the athletic trainers and the coaching staff go out to right field. And it is extremely hot today. So with him calmly going down to the ground, this may be cramps, but we certainly hope that's all it is. Kuderer's been a fun player to watch this afternoon. 1 for 2 at the plate, and saw the range on that last catch. Able to get back to the warning track. Handful of steps. Had a really good read coming off the bat of that fly out from Hancock. That's really the boat at that point. And again, at time of first pitch, it was 81 degrees, but the feels like was at 85, and it's supposed to go up to 97 today. And as I check now, 86 degrees, but the feels like at 90. It was hot to start, and it's only going to get hotter. So that's going to be the challenge that these 4 teams have to juggle through the weekend. High of 96 today, 95 tomorrow, 91 Sunday. We have made it to the summer, ladies and gentlemen. And Mother Nature wanted us to know, as you see some of the action in the Earlham bullpen, Jacob Renner, and it still looks like Dylan Fisher, the 2 arms, getting hot. A couple of right-handed arms, both sophomores, both hailing from the state of Ohio. And you see the call for water. Battling these elements is certainly no easy task. It'll be a runner at third with 2 away when Jack Fleming does step to the plate. And this long pause, this may be the end of the day for Dilhoff, especially after he faces Fleming. This long pause can be challenging to handle as a pitcher. So I could see, especially if he sets down Fleming, 2 runs is the damage here in the 5th. Keep it 3-0. You make the pitching change going into the 6th. But strictly speculating when I say all that, as we still wait for hopefully Kuderer to get back up on his feet. First all-time meeting between these 2 sides, and it comes in as high leverage settings it can get. And we can say the same thing about our second game today, Salve Regina at number 11 Lynchburg. First time those 2 teams have gone toe-to-toe. Kuderer back up onto his feet. And they'll get him some water. Certainly a good call, if you ask me. But to recap a little bit, as we have a moment, run across in the first for the number 3 team in the country, Birmingham-Southern. And then nothing but zeros through the second, third, and fourth. Bottom of the fifth, 2 RBI double for Noah Best. Brings us to the 3-0 ball game where we are now. Kuderer looks like he will stay out in right field. You're following Will Lantis. You were for at least a moment. Well, athletic trainers back in the dugout now. Baseball can resume. Runner at third, 2 away. Jack Fleming yet to be retired today. It's a single and a walk for the Panthers catcher. Hitters count now, 2 balls and no strikes, and this is another tough situation to navigate through if you're Dilhoff, because Best, plenty of speed and a huge backstop behind the plate. You got to be careful with what you throw in the dirt, and you got to have confidence in Easton Embry being able to block it up. But with first base open, you don't want to put yourself in too much damage against a dangerous bat in Fleming, who nicks one into the glove of Embry. Count now 2-1, but if you can pseudo pitch around Fleming, see if he'll chase, get himself out with soft contact, swinging at a pitch he shouldn't have, well then great. But that does require that trust from Dilhoff to not leave Embry in a bad spot and for Embry to be able to make the play behind the plate. That won't matter as this fastball catches a little too much of home plate. RBI single for Jack Fleming. Again, Fleming yet to be retired today, and here the base knock drives home Noah Best. It's now 4-0 Panthers ahead of the Quakers. Fifth inning extends a little longer as the first pitch crosses on the inside corner to McNearney. Gone 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch. We last saw him at the plate. Fleming just 6 stolen base attempts this year. He's yet to be caught. Showing bunt, can't get it down as McNearney. Count moves to 0-2. 2 away in the inning. You can see McNearney trying to catch the Quakers defense sleeping, but can't get it down. And if he wants his first hit of the day, he'll do it with 2 strikes against him. Oh-2 on its way, curveball, cut on and missed. McNearney becomes strikeout number 3 on the day for Justin Dilhoff, but has 7 step to the plate. 3 come across. A 2 RBI double from Noah Best, then an RBI single from Jack Fleming stretches out the Birmingham-Southern lead to 4-0 as we step aside. Come back, top of the 6th. 4, 5, 6 scheduled to the plate for Earlham.
I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go in a personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
4-0 scores. We head to inning number 6 between Earlham and Birmingham-Southern. Maxwell Freese, Cameron McCabe, and Devin Baisley. The three scheduled to the dish to take on Joey White, who's currently in line for the win and looking to make it a quality start if he can get through this inning without allowing 4 or more earned runs. Freese, 0 for 1, hit into a fielder's choice, then drew a walk. His last plate appearance, swings through the 1-0, and the count to 1-1. Well, White gets a nice boost in run support in the bottom of the 5th. RBIs from Noah Best, then one more coming from Jack Fleming. The 3-run, bottom of the 5th, has the lead up to 4 for the Panthers. And the way White has been dealing this afternoon, it is plenty of run support to his back. The most hitters he's faced this inning, or this afternoon, has been 5 in a single inning. That came both in the 2nd as well as in the 3rd, but faced 4 in the 1st as well as in the 5th, and then faced the minimum, 1, 2, 3, top of the 4th inning, tossed by White. All that to say, he's enjoyed a nice afternoon, and his pitch count now up and over 50 as he gets a bloop single sent out to left field. Second time today that Earlham has had the leadoff man on. First time it's been via the base hit, and Freese with his first base knock on the afternoon now. Now 85 pitches exact for White as he sees McCabe for a 3rd time. Left fielder, 0 for 2, grounded out to short, then struck out looking. Both pitchers now in their 3rd time through the lineup card. We saw that lead to some turbulence for Dilhoff. Surrendered 4 hits versus the first 5 he faced that 3rd time against the lineup card of Birmingham-Southern. And here, the first 4 to face White for a 3rd time, 2 hits during that duration. (1-0), waved at a missed. Count to 1-1. McCabe, honorable mention, the HCAC all-conference team. Rolls one softly to short, picked up. Grandier, second, the relay to first in time. 6-4-3, 36th double play turned this year by Birmingham-Southern, and now this inning bears a completely different complexion. Base pass cleared, and there are 2 down. But Devin Baisley stepping to the plate. One count now for Baisley, who's 0 for 1, also drawn a walk. That came in his first plate appearance. You look at one of the big differences so far this afternoon. Left on base numbers about the same between the two teams, but Earlham 1 for 10 at the plate with runners on. Birmingham-Southern 5 for 13. Now a lot of that damage did come last inning, right? Because Cole Stedman gets a hit with a runner on at first, and it's a double from Best, and the RBI single from Fleming. So 3 of those 5 hits come last half inning at the plate. So there's still time for Earlham to improve that stat. That being said, that bears a huge difference in this contest so far. 2-2 from White. Slider, cut on and miss. The freshman pumped up now as he's through 6 strong and has another inning where he faces the minimum and puts a 0 next to the Earlham line. That strikeout his 6th on the day and sends us to the bottom of the 6th inning. Birmingham-Southern leads 4-0 over Earlham. Coming to you on LHSN.
Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Justin Dilhoff stays out on the mound as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-0, Panthers lead the Quakers of Earlham. And Dilhoff will see 7, 8, 9 stepping to the plate. That's Brian Williams, Alfredo Grenier, then Will Lantis. And if any reach, we'll see the top of the lineup card. And there's third time through the card, which, you know, that can change here as the narrative is still building upon itself with Williams leading things off. But last inning even bared the same story of the trend that we've seen so far. Hitters 6 through 9, including McNearney, who was the final out last inning. He went down on strikes. Only one person has reached. That was McNearney, hit by a pitch. The damage has come against 1 through 5. So if you're Dilhoff here, you'd love to see a 1-2-3 inning out of Dilhoff. And, I mean, even more than, you know, Dilhoff wanted to see it for his pride and trying to keep his team in the game. Head coach Steve Saksitz, that would do wonders. Try to get through inning number 6. Sure, you're down 4-0. You're having to manage what you want to do today versus tomorrow. But nonetheless, if Dilhoff can get you through here, face the minimum, then you can bring out a reliever to face the top of the lineup card in the 7th. You feel really good about your spots. And really at this place in the game, the job is to keep it 4-0. I mean, that is your focus right now. And then once your offense gets back to the plate, you start to eat at it one hitter at a time. Dilhoff deals the 2-0, has it slapped out of play behind the plate against Williams, who's 0 for 2, flew out to right field back in the 2nd, then went down technically via strikes in the 4th, but tried to lay down a bunt with 2 strikes against him. Couldn't keep it fair. So back to the dugout went the first team all-conference third baseman in the SAA. 2-1. Hit hard but foul right field side. Two. Hit softly up the middle. Ranging to his left. Picked up at short. Swearingen makes the throw to first for out number 1. We've gotten some great play from both shortstops today. Alfredo Grenier helped turn that double play we saw in the top half of this inning and had all 3 grounders sent his way in a 1-2-3 top of the 4th toss by Joey White. And Swearingen has been just as good. Saw him look smooth up the middle there, having to work to his left. Also fielded the opening out in the bottom of the 1st off the bat of Andrew Dutton. Looked comfortable popping off the bag and a 4-6 fielder's choice, a little bit of a different role than what you're accustomed to seeing a shortstop. As first pitch swinging, Alfredo Grenier has his first hit of the day. Rolling one into right field, 1-on-1 down for Will Lantis, and that becomes the first hit the bottom 4 in the order for Birmingham-Southern has been able to collect so far. Will Lantis hitting .379 entering today's contest, but 0 for 2 so far. Hits in 3 of his last 4, and all 3 of those games multi-hit showings. 2 hits in game 1 against Hendricks, and then 2 for 3 against Millsaps in game 1, 2 for 4 in game 2. Lantis shows bunt. Can't get it down. Snap throw up to first. Tag applied, and dead to rights was Grenier. Runner picked off, 2-3 for those keeping track at home. There's now 2 away. Here it is one more time. And it's tough when you're that runner and you're thinking the bunt's going to get down. Great effort from Grenier, but as he's trying to get called a pseudo swim move up and over the glove of Freese, quality tag applied. by the sophomore first baseman for Earlham. And now a 1-2 count for Lantis. Similar to what we talked about with the double play in the top half of this inning. Very different complexion of the inning now. Dilhoff a pitch away from facing the minimum. 1-2. Drops off the outside corner. But the count even. Deposit into right field, Will Lantis has his first hit of the day. And if you're a Birmingham-Southern fan, now the what-if game can start to be played in your head. Had Grenier not been picked off, is he moving all the way up to third as this runners at the corners with one down? Unfortunately for the Panthers, all it is a hypothetical as we have a trip to the mound now for Earlham. And as Dilhoff was about to set Andrew Dutton for a fourth time, it looks like the Quakers are going to make a call to the bullpen. We will step aside and come back, tell you about the new arm for Earlham, who trails Birmingham-Southern 4-0. Runner on at first, 2 away, home half of the 6th inning.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well, but it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Get your career in the game by enrolling in the University of Lynchburg MBA program with an emphasis in sport management. This program opens the doors to new possibilities for a variety of careers, from being an athletic director or working in athletic administration to working for professional organizations, your favorite team, to running a local Parks and Rec department. And employers are increasingly requesting and preferring individuals who have postgraduate education, specifically looking for an MBA. And so the University of Lynchburg Sport Management concentration in the MBA program sets you up for success, and it sets you apart from the many other people looking for jobs in the industry. Learn from winners. Here you will learn from professors and mentors who have spent their careers doing exactly what you want to do. Increase your marketability in an $83 billion industry. If you have a 3.0 GPA, the GMAT is waived. There's no application fee, admissions occurs on a rolling basis, and our online program is ideal for working adults.
Out of the bullpen comes Jacob Renner. Right-handed sophomore will take over for starter Justin Dilhoff, whose line's not final. Renner starts today, hitting on the outside corner against the left-handed bat Andrew Dutton, who's gone 1 for 2 today, and also drawn a walk. The line not final, as I said, for Dilhoff, but 5 2/3 tossed by the Earlham starter. 8 hits allowed, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and as we stand, 4 earned runs against his ledger. Taken off from first is Lantis. The throw to second, not in time. Lantis now 37 for 37 on stolen base attempts this season. For Renner, it's a 4.45 ERA. Today becomes appearance number 18, all of which have come out of the bullpen. 32 in a third innings toss, 30 strikeouts, 8 walks. Opponents are hitting .250 against. As Renner gets another call on the outside corner. Pitchers count now 1-2, and Dutton will have to battle. Renner sets to the chest. Breaking ball. Hits softly to left. Ranging in and to the line. McCabe won't get to it. Rounding third. Scoring is Will Lantis. 2 outs. RBI single from Andrew Dutton. His first RBI of the contest makes it 5-0 Birmingham-Southern. And after Lantis scores, that will officially bring a close to the day for Dilhoff. 5 2/3, 8 hits, 5 earned run, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. 0-1 counts to start with Cole Stedman at the plate. Gone 1 for 2, make that 1 for 3 with a hit and a run scored his last time up. Runner misses away. It's a 1-1 count. Dutton's gone 5 for 7 on stolen base attempts. Not an overly large lead at first. Throw over from Renner. Back with the slide is Dutton. Renner deals 1-1. Backdoor breaking ball. Misses the zone. Run down between first and second. Tag applied by shortstop Zach Swearingen. It'll be 2-6, 3-6 officially as Dutton caught between first and second for out number 3, but another run put on the board by the Panthers. 5-0 your scores. We step aside. Come back. Top of the 7th. Earlham looking to respond here on LHSN.
When you enroll in this program, you enroll in the opportunity to learn from the best of the best. Your professors have a wealth of experience working in the sport industry that they share with you in the classroom setting. Get in the game by getting your MBA with a sport management concentration at the University of Lynchburg. 60 now, Hollywood, here I come. Hey, I meant, yeah.
The real Lindsay Piper's here.
Autographs there later.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package.
On to the 7th inning of baseball. Joey White deals first pitch strike to the leadoff man, Easton Embry, who will then be followed by Jordan Kudura, and then Zach Swearingen. White up to 6 strikeouts of the day, faced the minimum. And his 6th frame of work, thanks in part to a 6.43. Turned by his middle infield. Good bite on the slider, but misses the zone. 2 balls and a strike. As Easton Embry looking to reach the base pass for the first time today, gone 0 for 2 with a fly out as well as a ground out. White misses down in the dirt. Hitters count 3 balls and a strike after Embry. Kuderer 1 for 2, and then Swearingen 0 for 2. And then you get into the proposition of potentially facing the lineup for a 4th time. It's the 3-1. Narrow miss, but a miss all the same as Embry does indeed reach the base pass for the first time today, and he's on via the walk. fifth to be issued for White, but the first since all the way back in the third. It was 4 walks through those first 3 innings and 3 strikeouts that same duration. Since then, pitching to soft contact's been the name of the game for Joey White. You have the fourth, which is a 1-2-3 inning. All outs retired via 6-3 putouts. Here White misses inside. It gets past the glove of Fleming. Moving to second is Embry. And to put a bow on that point, you have that entire inning where everyone's grounding out to short. After that, a line out to start the fifth. Another ground out, sent to third, picked up by Williams off the bat of Lanchines, and then a strikeout. Carried into last inning, 6-4-3 double play, and a strikeout. So ground ball heavy, strikeouts in the mix. The last handful of innings for White, who again misses in the dirt. This time Fleming able to get a body in front of it. It's a 2-0 count, but holding at second is Embry. See Fleming relaying the signs, especially with a runner on at second. 2-0 off the body of Cooterer, who, keep in mind, made a really nice play on a deep fly ball off the bat of Ian Hancock back in the fifth, and then immediately went down to the ground. Athletic trainers came out, worked with him, got him some water. So it did look like a situation where cramps were coming to arise for Cooterer, but then you foul a pitch off, and I know that's just not comfortable. So the postseason toll is starting to mount up for the Quakers right fielder, but he's back in the box. Heading the count 2-1. An RBI opportunity, Easton Embry. Maybe a catcher, but an athletic one at that. Hit to the outfield. May give the Quakers their first run of the day. Sent the other way, heading towards the line. Down! Just in front of the chalk. Hard ricochet off the wall. Will Lantis takes a moment to get to it. It's an RBI double for Jordan Cooterer. And trading places with Easton Embry, who comes around to score on the play. It's now 5-1 with Earlham now entering the scoring column. Just the 15th RBI this season for Cooterer. And we'll have time called. Trip to the mound as the 9-hole man, Swearingen, is at the plate now. And then again, you might see something where you don't want to see your starter face the lineup card for a 4th time. That's when Earlham made the change. Last half inning, it looks like Joey White won't even see Swearingen one more time. Instead, he's headed to the dugout after 6+ innings of work. Surrendering a walk, then the RBI double to Embry, then Cooterer to start this inning. New arm takes the mound for Birmingham-Southern. We'll step aside and tell you about the arm for the Panthers. You're watching Birmingham-Southern and Earlham in the first round for our Lynchburg Regional in the NCAA tournament.
When you come to the University of Lynchburg to earn a master's degree in athletic training, you'll spend time in the classroom, but you'll also spend a lot of time in our top-notch facilities learning from athletic trainers and working closely with our student athletes. In the Graduate Cadaver Lab, you'll learn about the human body in the best way possible, by actually studying the human body. This will provide a foundation to make you a much better athletic trainer. In the Athletic Training Laboratory, you'll get hands-on experience, practicing your skills, applying concepts from the classroom, and working with faculty on research projects. It's also where our hydrotherapy facilities are. This space is also used by students for studying and practicing skills outside of class time. In the Sports Medicine Clinic and Turner Gymnasium, you'll work with student athletes from more than 20 NCAA Division III sports teams, helping get them back to practice and into the game as soon as possible. As an athletic training student, you're a big part of the success of our sports teams and the success of the local athletic teams. We see this relationship as a win-win situation. You learn, and that helps us win.
Runner on at second, no outs as SAA honorable mention Connor Adams answers the call from the bullpen. It's appearance number 18 of the season, all but one have been in relief. 2.02 ERA. That's a team best for Adams through 35 2/3 innings tossed, 38 strikeouts to 14 walks, and opponents hitting just .224 against the right-handed reliever. He'll take on Zach Swearingen. He's gone 0 for 2 this afternoon. First pitch evades the bat of Swearingen. 0-1 count to start, and it's definitely a different look from the release point of White and that of Adams. Still right-handed arms and roughly the same height, but with Adams, you're talking pretty much side arm, maybe a little bit above it, and a hard two-seam running fastball. One. Pitcher's pitch on the outside corner to make it 1-2. And on at second is Jordan Kuderer, who had the RBI double, scoring Easton Embry. First run of the day for Earlham. Trying to claw their way back into game one of this weekend's action. The 1-2 yellow light swing from Swearingen. He goes down as the first strikeout victim at the hand of Connor Adams. 7th strikeout in total for the Birmingham-Southern pitching staff. Lineup card turns over. 1 on, in scoring position. 1 down for Christian Lanchinace, the second baseman, without a hit today. Over 2, but has drawn a walk, stole a base as well when he was on in the third. And Christian Lanchinace was the tournament MVP in Earlham's run to win the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference tournament title. And it was the second conference title for Earlham over the last 5 years. Birmingham-Southern also in via the automatic qualifier, their 5th tournament title in program history. Adams deals the 1-0. Fastball left up and outside. Yeah, Lanchinace in the box now. Another on deck. Nathan Lanchinace, 1 for 2 with a walk. Watching his twin hit now. The spot with the top of the lineup card at the plate. Runner on in scoring position. You could easily see Earlham turn this into a multi-run inning. Trailed 5-0 at the start of the 7th. Could easily bring this back to 1, 2, 3-run game pretty healthily, and like not setting your expectation too high. Of course, Earlham could have their offense totally string it together, wake up, and put together a crooked number here. Top of inning number 7. Cut on and missed. 2-2 count now. But really, other than taking the lead here, feels like the Quakers, if you can get maybe 2 more runs this inning, even just 1 more, you make it 5-2, and then you have the 8th and 9th to play with. 5 runs against a Birmingham-Southern team that's offense is starting to heat up. Feels like a lot of work to try to overcome in the 8th and the 9th. Breaking ball, clips the outside corner. Christian Lanchinace not happy with the call, but back-to-back strikeouts now for Connor Adams. And looking to make it 3 in a row retired as he begins his relief stint. On for Joey White, whose line's not final. 6+ innings tossed. 4 hits, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts, and currently 1 earned run against the ledger of White. Wind starts to pick up, blowing out towards center field. Nathan Lanchinace takes the first pitch down below the knees. Lanchinace drew a walk back in the first, singles last time up in the 5th. Hit the outfield here, especially with 2 away. And Kuderer running on contact. Certainly make it a multi-run top of the 7th. Quakers going to claw their way back into it. It's the number 3 team in the country in Birmingham-Southern. Two-seamer. Hits on the outside corner for a called strike. Now still baseball obviously left to be played, but again, you look at these teams and their averages with runners on. Earlham 2 for 13 now with runners on the base paths. Loud contact. Lanchines deep drive, left field, back towards the track wheel. Lantis will see it ricochet off the wall. RBI double for Nathan Lanchines, trading places with Jordan Cooterer, who touches home plate. Second RBI extra base hit for the Quakers offense, and there's your second run to the top of the 7th, making it 5-2. Birmingham-Southern still in the lead, but some momentum mounting for Earlham. Second into the afternoon for Lanchines. And the double adds one more to his team best, now 17 on the season. Next most, the guy at the plate now, Andrew Bradley. He's got 14 doubles this year, but struggled this afternoon. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, all those at-bats coming against the starter Joey White, though. So a fresh approach as Bradley fouls off the first pitch he gets from Connor Adams. How about that at-bat leading up to the double for Lanchines? At that point, you're 2 hitters into getting a look at Connor Adams. Fall behind, battle back, and even the double itself was not necessarily a hitter's pitch, but loud enough contact. Lanchines finds the wall like we saw Noah Best do in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Bradley now looking to keep the offense churning forward. 1-1. Smoke to third. Snagged by Williams for out number 3. Baseball could be an unforgiving sport. And I'm sure Andrew Bradley would concur after that lineout. But 2 runs put on the board by Earlham. And that puts the Quakers in the scoring column, making it 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th at Bank of James Stadium. As we're stretching in Lynchburg, Virginia, time to showcase our flex cam moment of the game. And we just saw something similar from Nathan Lanchines, but how about Noah Best putting a spark into the Birmingham-Southern offense? That 2 RBI double took it from 1-0 Panthers up to 3-0. Another run would come across that inning, make it a 4-0 game. Run of insurance in the 6th made it 5-0 Panthers. And we will see Noah Best back at the plate this half inning after first 2 runs of the afternoon were scored by Earlham. Top half the 7th. That brings us to where we are now. 5-2 your score in the Hill City. Thanks for spending some time with us here. Game 1 of 2 we have this afternoon. TJ Wingert here with you. Take you through all the fun on LHSN. Leadoff man, home half the 7th. Cole Steedman. Then it'll be Noah Best and Ian Hancock against the reliever Jacob Renner. First full inning of work for Renner. And it starts with slow roller going foul up the first base line from Stedman. Renner came on as Justin Dilhoff was set to face the top of the lineup for a 4th time. Ultimately gave up an RBI single against Andrew Dunn, who was then caught in a rundown between first and second. 2-6, 3-6 in the official putout. So Renner still looking to settle in to this relief stint. 1-1 count for Stedman, who's gone 1 for 3 today. The hit came his last time up. He also came around to score. That was a part of that 3-run bottom of the 5th put together by Birmingham-Southern. Two 2-1. Deep drive, center field. Lanchines at the track. Has just enough real estate. Bank of James will keep a deep fly ball to center inside the yard. And Stedman now can have a conversation with Andrew Bradley, the DH for Earlham, who hit a missile to third, but it was caught by Williams for the final out to the top of the 7th. Those two can have a conversation again about how unforgiving baseball can be. Loud contact doesn't always result in a hit, and here, Steven goes down for the first out to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Noah Best, 1 for 2. We showed his RBI double. He's also drawn a walk here. Lays down a bunt on the first pitch he gets. It'll be close up the first base line with best speed. It forces an errant throw from Easton Embry. It goes up the right field line. Picking it up and right. Cooterer fires into the infield. Throw to third, not in time. Noah Best now 90 feet away from scoring. And we'll have to see what they officially ruled. There will be an E2 charged against Embry. Now, is it a 3-base error? Not entirely sure. It was going to be close at first. Here it is again. There's the throw. Maybe a good one has him in time, but as soon as it gets up the right field line, Best throttles towards second, rounds the bag, and ultimately ends up at third. We'll see an intentional walk now to Ian Hancock, who I can't blame Earlham. I wouldn't want to pitch to him here either. 16 home runs, and a long ball here may be the nail in the coffin, makes it back to a 5-run difference. Now, there is some risk that comes with this proposition, as now 2 runners are on, and Jack Fleming has an abundance of pop in his own right. So you'd be looking at a home run that goes from 2-run shot to 3-run blast, and then the deficit's that much larger. But you're willing to take the risk here, I think, in this spot, as Fleming had a ton of success against Justin Dilhoff, but now first time facing Jacob Renner. Does that lead to a ground ball double play, potentially a strikeout? Time will tell. Easton Embry steps out in front of home plate, relays first and third signs. And this is also a spot where Hancock maybe not be the fastest guy on the roster, but this is a Birmingham-Southern team that's aggressive on the base paths, and we have not seen them really try to force the issue yet. But this could be a spot where Hancock could steal second, take away the double play ball, and force Renner to beat not only Fleming, but then also McNearney if he wants to get through this inning unscathed. Furthermore, Hancock at first, 5 for 6 on stolen base attempts this year. 1-0. Misses outside. Hitters count now. 2 balls, no strikes. And the official ruling is an infield single for Noah Best and then a 2-base E2 for those wondering. That's what has Best 90 feet away from scoring the 6th run of the day for the Panthers. Embry sets up on the outside corner, but Renner will toss to first. Back with the slide is Hancock. Talking about Fleming. Very successful afternoon against Dilhoff. Pair of hits, also drew a walk. The second of those singles came in the 5th, and it also drove home a run. 2-0, finds the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike now against the Birmingham-Southern catcher. So right as the Quakers enter the scoring column, it feels like Earlham's starting to capture some momentum. Birmingham-Southern knocking on the door, looking to reclaim that momentum, and it feels like a really interesting inning. If Birmingham-Southern pushes a run across, maybe gets both runs back, it feels like the Panthers are right back in the driver's seat. Meanwhile, what if Renner gets a double play ball here? 0 on the board next to the Birmingham-Southern line. Earlham will be fired up in their dugout, to say the least. Another throw over to first. Renner certainly given his due diligence and attention to Hancock over at first. Two-1. Close miss. The Renner won't get the call. Count grows, 3 balls and a strike. Hancock takes off. Popped up by Fleming. Third base side in foul territory. Ranging over towards the dugout. Baisley might have had just enough real estate. He was able to stretch his glove up and over the railing. Unable to corral the pop-up, though. So it becomes an intricate strike 2 against the Panthers catcher. And now a full count. That pop out would have done wonders for Earlham trying to get through this inning unscathed. 3-2 count, one down. Hancock again takes off. Fouled back into the screen by Fleming. Let's do it again at 3-2. And Hancock had not been active on the base paths. So these last two pitches, you get a look at Lynchburg baseball. Looks like their bullpen's starting to stretch and get loose. The Hornets, number 11 team in the country, will be the home squad against Salve Regina. In Game 2 this afternoon, it was set for a 2:30 first pitch. And where we are now time-wise, you may see that game get underway at that scheduled start time. And, of course, winner of this game will take on the winner of Game 2 this afternoon. Loser will play the loser. Another throw to first. Hancock back standing. Loser of this game as well as Game 2 today will play at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning with the winners going toe-to-toe, again, scheduled, 2:30 first pitch. You get a look at Salve Regina and some of the players in the stands. Payoff pitch. Another foul ball. And the battle continues. Truly gorgeous look at Bank of James Stadium. See some of the mountains in the background. Center field over to the left. Sun is out, it may be hot, but blue skies. Prime college baseball weather. Another 3-2. High and away, and Fleming draws the walk. Hancock moves up to second. First, call it purposeful walk issued by Renner. Second in total, though, if you include the intentional walk that Earlham issued to Hancock, who now stands at second. So the bases are loaded, one away. Of course, the force is live at the plate. So the corners play in, middle infield at double play depth. Camden McNearney. 0 for 2, also been hit by a pitch. Appeal up the first base line. They'll say that McNearney able to check his swing. Here it is again from the first base side. We'll let you be the judge at home. 1-0 count. Right under the plate. Breaking pitch evades the bat of McNearney. Count now 1-1. 364 average coming into today's contest. 32 RBIs as well for the center fielder. He's gone down on strikes twice today, and then, as noted, hit by a pitch as a second hitter in the fourth. Another breaking ball. Sky to center. Should be deep enough. Ranging to his left. Lanchinace makes the grab. Tagging and scoring on the play is Noah Best. RBI sac fly to center for Cam McNearney. Makes it 6-2. Panthers get a run in response and put the lead back up to 4. The other two runners hold. Hancock at second, Fleming at first. Sixth hitter of the inning is Brian Williams. He's been great defensively, come up with a couple of really nice plays. Namely, that line drive he snared off the bat of Bradley for the final out, top half of the seventh. And he dealt a similar blow to Zach Swearigan as the leadoff man that inning. Williams turns on the first pitch he gets. Drives it to the warning track against the wall. Lanchinace won't come up with it. Williams on his way third as two runners touch home plate. Hancock and Fleming both score on the triple from Brian Williams. Make it 8-2 Birmingham-Southern. Well, we noted Williams has been playing great in the field, but struggled at the plate 0 for 3. This is a big way to break out. How about a 2 RBI triple? And Birmingham-Southern started this inning, the seventh that is, up 5-0. 2 runs from the Quakers. It feels like Earlham starting to capture some momentum, and then a 3-run bottom of the seventh not only takes away that momentum garnered by Earlham, but pushes the lead to its largest point today for the Panthers at 6. Alfredo Grenier, 1 for 3. The hit was in his last at-bat. And a base knock here would obviously score Williams and make it a 4-run. Home half the seventh, which would make the largest offensive output in a single inning today. This will be trouble in center. It'll hang up, and Lanchinace will settle underneath it. Grenier down for out number 3. Stranded at third is Brian Williams, but the damage is done. 7 come to the plate, 3 come across. 8-2, your score now as we head to the top of the 8th inning, with Earlham sending 4, 5, 6 to the box.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
After Birmingham-Southern scores 3 in the bottom of the 7th, 8-2 your score on to the top of the 8th. Middle of the order stepping to the plate for the Quakers. Leading things off is Maxwell Freeze, and it'll be the technically first full inning of work for Connor Adams. He did get all 3 outs last inning, but he started the frame inheriting 1 runner on and a run already scored. Walk to Easton Embry. He scored then on an RBI double from Jordan Cooterer, who then scored on an RBI double from Nathan Lanchinace. 2-seamer, just off the outside. Hi, and welcome back, everybody. I do apologize. We come back, and a 2-run home run from Cole Stedman pushes the lead out to 10-2. Birmingham-Southern is a 2-run home run that also scored Will Lantis, who drew a walk to start this inning. And as a pitching change is being made, that was Phoenix Guzzi making his first relief appearance on the weekend. We'll have another pitching change. We'll go ahead and talk about that in just a moment. But I want to catch you up on what you missed. Power outage. So we do apologize. That was not something we anticipated having happen. But it was a 1-2-3 top of the 8th tossed by Connor Adams. Maxwell Freeze flies out to left. Then it's a fly out to center from Cameron McCabe. And then a fly out to right from Devin Baisley. So Adams pitches to all 3 outfield positions, getting flyouts, and sets down now 4 in a row in the Quakers order. And it's a big 0 to keep it at a then 8-2 lead for Birmingham-Southern. And then we get to the bottom of the 8th. Phoenix Guzzi comes on in relief, starts the inning, giving up a walk to Will Lantis, and then moving up to second on a wild pitch. A fly out to deep right field off the bat of Andrew Dutton. It made it all the way to the warning track, but tracking back, Cooterer was there to make the catch for out number 1, but moving up to third was Lantis, and then a 2-run blast off the bat of Cole Steedman. That home run makes it 10-2, and that home run represents the 12th of the season for Steedman, who now has 2 more RBIs to his season total. He's got 52 on the year now. It's a Birmingham-Southern team that entering the contest, it was a conference best 71 home runs, now up to 72. That's also 3rd in the country. So Birmingham-Southern offense will do as it does. Long ball makes it an 8-run Panthers lead in game 1 of this weekend's action. And now taking over on the mound for Phoenix Guzzi. It appears to be junior right-handed arm hailing from Indiana, Nate Hemrick. And as Hemrick takes over on the mound, different look than the prior arms. Tallest arm we've seen for Earlham yet, 6'3", 200 pounds for third-year player. 30 innings tossed. The ERA sits at 5.23, 33 strikeouts. Just 14 walks this season. Hemrick deals first pitch strike to Noah Best, who's had a more than successful afternoon. 2 for 3, also drawn a walk. Come around to touch home plate 3 separate times, also driven in a pair of runs. 0-1. Hit into the screen. It's now 0-2. The job for Nate Hemrick. Hold the damage at the 2 runs scored this inning. It's now runs the board in 4 consecutive offensive opportunities for Birmingham-Southern. It's a stellar offense, and Justin Dilhoff did a great job keeping it under control the first half of this game, but once we got to the 5th inning, Panthers offense has certainly come to life. 1-2. Lofted the other way, ranging back, Kuderer makes a catch, and there's 2 away. Good start today for Hemrick. And now the right-handed arm looks to set down Ian Hancock for the final out to the inning. Hancock drew an intentional walk, came around to score last inning. 1 for 3. An RBI single coming back in the first to round out his stat line. First pitch, off the leg, and goes foul. Longest appearance during the regular season was 5 innings tossed against Defiance College for Hemrick. Had a couple other stints, traveling up and over 3 innings. It was 4 innings tossed against Principa, and then 3 2/3 against Wittenberg, same at Manchester, the beginning of May. So somebody here who can give you rest of the 8th, potentially the 9th as well. Or you could go the route and have him finish the 8th and potentially use him again tomorrow. Hit hard but foul. First base side, off the bat of Hancock, who now trails in the count 0-2. And the bottom half of this inning, we'll see 7-8-9, or excuse me, top half of the 9th, we'll see 7-8-9 to the plate. Pump past Hancock, who becomes the first strikeout victim at the hand of Nate Hemrick. Gets the final 2 outs of the inning and sends us to the top of the 9th. Bottom trio of the Earlham order coming to the plate with the Quakers down to their final 3 outs, trailing Birmingham-Southern 10-2.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
We're on to the top of the 9th inning. New pitcher takes him out for Birmingham-Southern. It's the right-hander and senior from Gulf Shores, Alabama, Troy Bearden, taking over for Connor Adams, who travels through 2 innings, giving up just 1 hit, had 2 strikeouts during that time period. No walks, no runs allowed for Adams, who tossed a 1-2-3 top of the 8th. Now a 10-2 ball game with 9 out of 10 runs coming across the last 4 chances at the plate for the Panthers offense. 2-0 count to start to Easton Embry, who leads things off over 2, also drawn a walk. He'll then be followed by the right fielder Jordan Kuderer and then shortstop Zach Swearingen. Again, apologies, we had a little bit of a power outage up here in the press box, so we were completely dark, live stats, live stream, everything, but back up and running for the conclusion of Game 1 of 2 we'll see this afternoon. Game 2 set for a 2:30 start time. (3-1). Knee high and a called strike 2. And there's also a new left fielder for the Panthers. Luke DiPiero is now out and left, taking over for Will Lantis. Payoff pitch off the outside corner. Second walk drawn by Embry today. Leadoff man on. Kuderer back to the plate. 2 for 3. Had an RBI double. And the last time we saw him in the 7th. First pitch, fastball, coats the outside corner. Kuderer also been really active in the field today. Showcased a lot of range. As he waits for the 0-1. Sits on the breaking ball, has it just go foul as he tried to loft it up and over the head of Best up the first base line. Instead, finds himself down the count 0-2. (10-2) your score as the 0-2 is lined the other way and out of play. Big Birmingham-Southern lead. 8 runs, largest lead on the afternoon. Winner of this contest will play middle game tomorrow. Loser will play at 11 o'clock against the loser of Game 2 this afternoon. The 0-2 on its way. Breaking ball hit on the ground, right side and through for a base knock. Third hit of the day for Jordan Kuderer. Now 2 on, no outs. Zach Swearingen, who's 0 for 3 today, looking to turn his afternoon around. Time called and conference between our home plate umpire and I believe head coach Steve Saksitz. And it looks like there will be a courtesy runner up the first base line with Noah Collins running in the place of Kuderer. So Embry moves up to second. Collins is now the runner at first. 10-2 Birmingham-Southern lead. Bearden misses inside. The 1-0 located inside the zone. Count even. For Bearden, 15.88 ERA as today marks just his 9th appearance of the season. It's 5 2/3 innings thrown. 9 strikeouts to 8 walks. Opponents hitting just .238 against. Bearden, like many college baseball arms, have to learn the ability to live within the strike zone and feeling comfortable doing that. Easier said than done, of course. Here Bearden falls behind, 3-1. Letter high fastball becomes a called strike 2. Embry the lead runner at second, hit to the outfield. He's more than likely scoring. Still no outs. Top of the ninth. 3-2. Sent to second. Blocked out by Dunton. The flip to second in time. The relay to first is as well. 4-6-3. Second double play of the afternoon. 37th of the season. Turned by Birmingham-Southern. Embry does move up to third, but Collins taking off the base pass, and Swearingen becomes out number 2, and Earlham an out away, being moved into the loser's bracket. And they will have to wait patiently then, if that were the case, to see the loser of game 2. Will they take on Salve Regina or Lynchburg tomorrow at 11 o'clock? Fastball dotted up on the outside corner. 0-1 count to start for the second baseman and HCAC tournament MVP, Christian Lanchinace. No hits today, 0 for 3. Has seen the base pass due to a walk back in the third. Here, Lanchinace trails 0-2. Bairden goes to the curveball, leaves it away. Still a pitcher's count. 1-2, fastball, cut on and missed. Lanchinace down on strikes. First punch out of the day for Troy Bairden, who tosses a scoreless top of the ninth inning and brings us to our final score, 10-2. The number 3 team in the country, Birmingham-Southern, will play in the middle game tomorrow afternoon against the winner of either Salve Regina or Lynchburg, which will come to you, give or take, around 2:30 this afternoon. Once again, final score 10-2. Birmingham-Southern wins the first of 6, maybe 7 games. We'll see over the course of this weekend, and that means Earlham will play again at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning against the loser of the Salve Regina Lynchburg battle coming later today. So both teams wait and see who they will take on tomorrow afternoon. 10-2 win. Panthers take down the Quakers. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have Lynchburg and Salve Regina coming to you on LHSN.